Tonight on News 5 Live, fire officials say the cause of a deadly house fire in San Ignacio was the result of a burning candle. 20-year-old Devin Parshu is arrested and charged for a murder in Dangriga 3 weeks ago. And Councillor Michael Goodin will tell you what the arrangement is with City Hall while he pursues a law degree at UWI. These stories and more are coming up on News 5 Live.
Say hello to DigiTV. Step into the world of digital entertainment. DigiTV gives you access to 100+ channels on your TV or your mobile device at unbeatable prices. Take your shows with you wherever you go. It's a new level of freedom. Enjoy your favorite entertainment, sports, family, Latin, and local channels. No more fighting for the TV remote. You can access whenever you want from 2 devices at the same time. DigiTV is for everyone. And with the fastest fiber and mobile networks in the country, you are guaranteed to have the best experience ever. There's no installation required. Sign up for the Max package for only $40 monthly and get the first 2 months for just $30. For a limited time, get 50% off a Fire Stick when you sign up. Download the DigiTV app from the Android or Apple stores. Just WhatsApp us at 608-8888 to sign up. It's that easy. Watch, experience, enjoy DigiTV today.
Watch The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Channel 5 Belize. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Channel 5 Belize.
I'm always on the go, and the country is my home. So when I want to get away from it all, I immerse myself with my favorite movies, all from the new Smart Stream app. It's easy to use this service. Purchase your movies from the app and use your mobile data, Smart Stream data packages, or smart broadband to stream and enjoy. Be like me and stream on the go with Smart Stream.
Summer is coming to an end, so let's end it with a bang. Come see kids from all over the country while they take center stage to show off their talent on Open Your Eyes Summerfest 2022. That's right. Mark your calendars. Friday, August 26th at 6:30 a.m. at Channel 5 on Coney Drive. Come and start your morning right with kids singing and dancing. Also, come take advantage of great food, entertainment, and loads of back-to-school giveaways, including gifts for the first 100 kids who enter the fest. And the best thing of all, entrance is free. So, what are you waiting for? Set your alarm and pencil in that date because Summerfest 2022 is one event you don't want to miss.
What does family mean to you? Form a strong bond with your family.
Hey sis. Hey sis, how is friends?
Always remember, they may not be in the same place.
Coffee and friends, huh? Hiya!
Make the time you spend together fun and memorable.
No.
Ignore the petty differences.
So say you're sorry.
Love them while you still can. Life can be short.
I did it!
You can be the glue that keeps them together.
You did a great job. Congratulations.
Family. Meaningful always.
Newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening. Welcome to News 5 Live for Friday, August 19th. I am Annalena Polonio. A well-known food vendor lost her life in a house fire at her residence near 18th Street and Swallow Drive in San Ignacio on Wednesday night. Marlene Wellington was a fixture in front of the Victor Galvez Stadium where she sold food on weekends. When her electricity was disconnected sometime earlier, the elderly woman decided to remain at home to prepare food for Thursday's sale. She never made it to the following day. Wellington's charred remains were discovered after firemen were able to extinguish the inferno. It's a tragedy that her family and loved ones are still grappling with. Tonight, we get a perspective from the National Fire Service. News 5's Isani Cayetano reports.
62-year-old Marlene Wellington perished in a house fire in San Ignacio on Wednesday night. The cause of the deadly blaze, according to fire officials, may have been a lit candle.
We're kind of like leaning towards a candle, as we have learned that the building had no electricity. We did manage to confirm that Ms. Hendy habitually used a candle as a means of light. Unfortunately, at this moment, the family doesn't want to believe that a candle was left in the room. That's what the investigators came up with, and that's what we're basically leaning towards.
Lee Smith wasn't around at the time of the fire that claimed his mother's life. The Santa Helena resident heard of Wellington's tragic demise from his nieces and nephews. They also pointed to a candle as the cause of the fire.
My niece and my nephew, the way how they feel like, I feel bad, and then my nephew tell me that, Granny current me out of and thing, and she made the light on a candle and thing, and look like he left it somewhere about in here, and I don't know if that caused the fire and thing, but I really sad about that and thing, check.
Investigators spoke with 41-year-old Chantel Hendy, who reported that shortly after 11 o'clock that night, she heard her mother yell fire. Upon making checks, she observed thick smoke emanating from her mother's room. She attempted to open the door on 2 occasions, but was unable to do so.
The doors itself was one of those old original mahogany doors. The locking mechanism was a heavy-duty locking mechanism. So if one individual tried to break down the door and weren't successful, then they should have probably thought about a battering ram or probably get somebody heavier. There's a lot of factors why the door couldn't be broken by one individual, let alone that door behind it. It now has heat. It now has probably water was applied. The wood definitely expanded more than normal. Those would have been the factors to contribute why they couldn't break down that door successfully. What we came up with, the timing that the fire occurred, Miss Hendy was asleep, and eventually family members got alerted of such. Some managed to come out the building unscathed, while Miss Hendy, she woke up a bit in a disorientated state, and she was overcome by smoke and heat. Unfortunately for her, she was literally at the exit of the door as to where the investigators found her, and that is where we conclude that she probably passed out, became unconscious, and then she succumbed as a result of the heat and the smoke inhalation.
In remembering his mother, Lee recalls Marlene Wellington as a hard-working woman who was invested in her food business.
I like to say that my old lady, I'm a very working lady, Everybody I miss and thing, And I really feel bad and thing that I never did wrong for help my mom. Feel me? I live over there and thing, I carry on and thing, And it's sad for a lady dead like that. She never deserved to dead like that.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
A wooden structure was also destroyed by fire between 12 and 1 this morning in Dangriga. The house located in the new site area was reportedly occupied by a man who was not there every day, and neighbors did not see him go home prior to the blaze. National Fire Service Station Supervisor Kenneth Mortis shared earlier today that they are still in the preliminary phase of the investigation.
Dangriga Fire Department responded to a structural fire in the new site area, Ramos Road, where they observed a wooden bungalow structure engulfing flames. That fire was extinguished. While the information was a bit sketchy, we learned that no one occupied the structure at the time, even though it was registered to a teacher, Miss Nadine. We learned that that fire started as a result of an electrical flaw. However, for further confirmation, the team is still on the ground trying to confirm what led the house fire to be an electrical flaw.
A tattoo artist has been singled out as the person who killed Ronald Gill almost a month ago in Dangriga. Today, police arrested and charged 28-year-old Devin Billy Parshu of Dangriga with Gill's murder. Ronald Gill left his home on Lakeland Street on July 23rd to purchase a meal at a nearby fast food outlet on George Price Drive in Dangriga. But things quickly went south when he met another man with whom he became embroiled in an argument. The heated exchange went on for several minutes, according to eyewitnesses. And it was while the two men were at the height of their heated exchange that the suspect pulled out a knife from his pants waist and stabbed Gill multiple times to the body. When police arrived on the scene, Gill was already dead. Councillor Micah Goodin attended a farewell event held by the People's United Party Secretariat on Thursday night as he prepares to go away for law school at UWI. As we reported last week, Goodin initially requested a leave of absence for a period of 6 months from City Hall while he pursues legal studies at the University of the West Indies. Part of that request, however, was for his monthly allowance to remain intact. Goodin needed 4 councillor colleagues as well as the support of Mayor Bernard Wagner to carry the motion. That application, we're told, was unsuccessful. In its place is a different arrangement that will allow him to participate in Sitco meetings virtually. Earlier today, News 5 spoke with Mayor Bernard Wagner.
He had presented the original motion requesting leave, right? That motion, however, never really meet the prerequisite of having 4 or more councillors accede to the request. He was able to garner the support of Councillor Novello and Councillor Castellanos. However, given that he never meet the prerequisite, the motion never get carried, right? And guided by that, the City Council regulation states that once a motion is not carried, true, you cannot bring it back to the caucus until 6 months has passed. So really that set that motion back to it will not be available until I guess about March or April of next year. So given that the councillor sent in a letter to the office of the mayor requesting that he be giving considerations to really participate in the caucuses via virtual means. And virtual means, again, has been practiced throughout COVID. One thing COVID taught us was that you could still conduct business from in the United States, from Europe, and still be effective. And so we look at it as a council that the main thing of a councillor, contrary to what people may believe, that it's a full-time job, it's not. The only full-time job, again, that is the office of the mayor. And so these councillors usually participate or carry out their functions in a type of board of directors or a board type function. They are there to really debate, adopt policies.
According to Mayor Wagner, the request by Councillor Goodin to participate virtually in council meetings was not far-fetched. In fact, it is a similar arrangement to what has been approved for Councillor Kaya Katus, who rides professionally as a cyclist in the United States.
We never see the request by the councillor as being overly exhaustive. We have seen it worked many times during COVID. Sometimes Councillor Katus, she travels back and forth to the United States as a as a professional cyclist, and so she participates sometimes in our caucus, most of the times in our caucus through virtual means. So that is where we sit with it. We support it. We never want to look at a situation where we are impediments to the acquisition of knowledge and furthering of education. And so we said we can work on it for this short term, for this 6 months until the councillor can officially request that leave after the 6 months has expired.
Coming up, monkeypox outbreak is a concern for local hotel industry.
Hello friends, this is Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says there is another serious problem I have seen under the sun. Hoarding riches harms the saver. Money is put into risky investments that turn sour and everything is lost. We all come to the end of our lives as naked and empty-handed as on the day we were born. We can't take our riches with us. According to Greek mythology, Midas, the Phrygian king, asked a favor of the gods, and they agreed to grant him anything that he desired. So with a greedy heart, he asked that whatever he touched turned to gold. When he laid his hand upon a rock, it became a huge chunk of priceless gold. As he sat at his dinner table, every item of food he touched turned to solid gold. He quickly realized his foolish wish would cause him to die in the midst of his gold and riches. He wanted to take the wish back, but realized the gods could not take back their gifts. Thus he begged the gods to deliver him from the curse of his greed. While this is a mere fable, it describes the lives of many materialistic-minded people in our world today. Too many are more concerned about what they can get than what they can give, what they can lay up instead of what they can leave behind, and the gold highway they were promised turns out to be a dead-end alley. Ecclesiastes says it best. We all come to the end of our lives as naked and empty-handed as on the day we were born. We can't take our riches with us, so be careful what you wish for. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Good Vibration presents the Belize Jerkfest 2022 inside the Marion Jones Stadium featuring Massacre live in concert, DJ Jashi, Jada Kingdom, Sweet Pink Band, Papa John, King Rome, and more. It's going down Saturday, August 20th. Get your tickets at BelizeJerkfest.com. General tickets $100 and $130 at the gate. VIP $150 and $180 at the gate. Get your tickets at BelizeJerkfest.com. Y'all know what it is.
I dare you.
I dare you. Are you an entrepreneur with an innovative business idea? Then the Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust Dare to Dream Big program is looking for you. The Dare to Dream Big program offers entrepreneurial development training and mentorship. In addition, 5 participants will receive grant funding of up to $10,000. To apply, visit our Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust Facebook page or call our offices at 822-2440. You must be 18 years or older to qualify. What are you waiting for? Apply today.
I dare you to dream big.
Summer is coming to an end, so let's end it with a bang. Come see kids from all over the country while they take center stage to show off their talent on Open Your Eyes Summerfest 2022. That's right. Mark your calendars, Friday, August 26th at 6:30 a.m. at Channel 5 on Coney Drive. Come and start your morning right with kids singing and dancing. Also, come take advantage of great food, entertainment, and loads of back-to-school giveaways, including gifts for the first 100 kids who enter the fest. And the best thing of all, entrance is free. So, what are you waiting for? Set your alarm and pencil in that date because Summerfest 2022 is one event you don't want to miss.
Tonight, Belize remains free of any confirmed cases of monkeypox. But the Belize Hotel Association is asking the Ministry of Health and Wellness to get ahead of the possible spread in Belize. Ronaldo Malik, the president of BHA, spoke with reporters this morning at an event in Belize City about the industry's concerns as it relates to the global monkeypox outbreak. Malik says the outbreak is a bit more concerning to the industry than the COVID-19 pandemic because of its various modes of transmission. He believes the right time to get ahead of the outbreak is while Belize remains free of any confirmed cases.
Well, it seems like the hits just keep on coming, right? For the time being, we are, I don't want to say at the mercy of, but the information coming to us is a little limited, and so we're having to do our own research, learning the basics of it. Off the top of my head, I would say this is a little bit more scarier than COVID, believe it or not, just simply because with COVID we could wear a mask, we could social distance, etc. This one is said the most common way it spreads is just basically off of surfaces. So that's a little bit scarier because then how are we then not going to touch surfaces through our daily lives or routines, right? So this one to me is a little bit scarier, but one of the things that encourages me is that it's not an unknown. It's really been around for a while, and so there are treatments and vaccines out there for it. Hopefully we will take something like this much more serious than we did with COVID in the early days and get the necessary programs in place, whether it's through the Ministry of Health and then in cooperation with the Ministry of Tourism. Any business, whether it's in tourism or any business in general, we take this very seriously, and whatever the guidelines that they come up with, and I hope it's soon that we start to exercise those guidelines as quickly as possible.
The Belize Hotel Association held its annual Scholarship Award ceremony this morning in Belize City. The successful scholarship recipients are all children whose family members are employed at a BHA member hotel or resort. 7 students were selected from 11 applicants. They were awarded tuition scholarships from $20,000 contributed by donating members. The applicants must maintain good grades throughout their time of study to keep the scholarship. Here is a brief look at how the award ceremony went.
Really how the scholarship fund works is that it's a separate fund from the general fund of the association. So what we have to do is we have to actually do a separate fundraising to get the necessary finances that we need to support the scholarships. So when we talk about a donor property, the most common example would be during our most recent annual general meeting, we had an auction. And so these properties, who are members of the association, donated things like stays, horseback rides, stuff from the Angeles Press. Some of our allied members also pitched in a couple things as well. One of the things is that when we commit to the scholarship recipient, it's renewed annually because it's obviously an academic scholarship, so it's based on them maintaining a 3.0 average. However, we do exercise some leniency, some flexibility. These are not the most normal of times when it comes to blended study and online and classroom and all of that.
So my mom works at Tropicare and she told me about the scholarship opportunity, so I applied in hopes of getting it.
How beneficial will it be to your family and yourself?
It's a good opportunity because, you know, with the whole pandemic and stuff, financially it's been, I feel like, a struggle for everybody, so the scholarship has helped a lot.
My mother works at BHS, which her company recently joined like 2 years ago. So it made an opportunity for me, which is just me and my mother. So it helps her out. So, you know, it made us, I would say, more financially available.
Okay.
Yeah.
To pursue your education.
Yes, to pursue my education.
With the recent launch of the government of Belize's MSME roadshow, the hotel industry is prepared to incorporate more locally made products into the services that they offer. Belize Hotel Association President Ronaldo Malik says the government of Belize's investment in micro, small and medium enterprises is welcoming news to the industry. Here is what he told reporters.
For the hotel industry, it would be a welcome boon for us. If you're selling Belize and you're selling the culture and you're selling cuisine, then selling made in Belize would be the next natural step for us. So you are right. The amenities that we require for the successful operation of our hotel or resort, soap, stuff for the gift shop, etc. If we were able to source those things from local vendors, that I believe would lend itself to the product that we are marketing. Nothing irks me more than when I see, go into a gift shop and I see a figurine or a little map or something, and then I flip it over and it says made in Guatemala. We need to do better than that. So for us in the industry, we very much welcome that the government is taking an initiative to hopefully empower more of these small and micro enterprises to be able to put their products out there, and it's something that we can take and run with in the industry.
The University of Belize's Association of Student Governments issued a release today expressing its sadness having learned about the senseless murder of 18-year-old graphic designer Leroy Kuss. The release says, quote, Mr. Kuss's death has traumatized our students at UB and also entire families across the nation. This is another eye-opener to many, reminding us of how risky it can be to simply walk home from a bus terminal, unquote. The release noted that while Leroy Kuss was not a student at the university, he was a student elsewhere at some point in time, and he fits the profile of many UB students. In response to Wednesday night's murder, the Association of Student Governments is working with the university's administration and student volunteers to organize a series of safety and security assemblies on each campus over the next 2 weeks. On Thursday in Belmopan, we spoke with Dr. Martin Cuellar, the Dean of Student Affairs, about these upcoming assemblies.
In the next 2 weeks, we're having a series of student safety and security assemblies, one on each of our campuses, which will bring together our students to kind of harness their ideas and their strategies to add those that I've already discussed of the institution and the administration. We are very proud that among our student, or within our student population, we have youth parliamentarians, we have CARICOM ambassadors, we have representatives from the NGO community, and of course professionals from the public sector. With all of those professional experiences and of course with the knowledge that students are gaining here on campus, they themselves have a lot to contribute, so we look forward to their voices and ideas joining ours. Our main principle, our main objective in increasing our security is to bond together and to imbue this idea and principle of each one taking care of the other. And if we can establish and sustain that campus culture, and then we will all be stronger and we will all be safer. We think it is very important that our students not succumb to a feeling that they have to live in fear.
After the break, engaging the diaspora, new energy in strengthening the link.
Start your engines now for the National MSME Roadshow, geared towards building the resilience of MSMEs and developing a national MSME directory. Sign up for this 3-day event filled with intensive boot camps, presentations, MSME support and formalization clinics, pop-up shops, and more to help you develop and promote your business. The National MSME Roadshow will be in Corozal starting August 24th, Orange Walk August 31st, Belize City September 7th, Punta Gorda September 14th, Key Cocker September 22nd, Belmopan September 28th, San Ignacio and San Helena on October 5th, Dangriga October 12th, Placencia October 19th, and closes in San Pedro from October 26th. Learn more and sign up for the National MSME Roadshow by visiting the Beltrade Facebook page or call or WhatsApp us at 613-5139. And let's get your business on the road.
Keep still now.
Ouch.
I tell you no move.
Wow. You really can't get a mannequin for this, man? Really?
Well, son, if I never lend you the $2,000 to buy the kids' computer and the book, I may have the money for buying my mannequin.
It's definitely better to borrow from the bank than from your friends or relatives. This way, all you owe is money.
Would you like me to turn around?
That would be good. Turn on, turn on, turn on.
Take advantage of the back-to-school promotion currently being offered by the Belize Bank.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Make your summer better. Over $35,000 in cash and prizes with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Here's how you can enter for a chance to win. Purchase any device, sign up for a smart postpaid, broadband, or VoIP plan, use $50 or more regular prepaid credit, do a SIM swap, or text to the short code. You win 8946. And in the body of the message, enter the number of entries you would like to purchase. Each entry costs only 50 cents.
Don't waste any time. You can be the winner of weekly prizes starting July 1st. All methods give you more chances to win. Airline tickets, overnight stays at numerous resorts, cash prizes, gift certificates, and much, much more. One lucky person will win the grand prize of a $10,000 shopping spree courtesy Court and Smart.
Promotion ends September 16, 2022. So make your summer better by getting in the race to win with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Smart, bringing people together.
KTV.
Vote for your favorite KTV contestant by texting the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's number, and send it to Smart Code 5885. Here are this week's contestants.
The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never.
Oh, and he don't know that I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped-up four-wheel drive. How my days said I bet they'll never make it, but just look at us holding on.
Never felt a feeling quite this strong. I can't believe how much it turns me on just to be your man.
Remember, voting ends on Sunday at midnight. And don't forget to tune in every Tuesday live only on 5.
Earlier today, News 5 had a sit-down with Sandia Murphy, the Ambassador for Diaspora Relations in the Ministry of Tourism. The Diaspora Relations Unit was created as a medium through which Belizeans living abroad can give back to Belize and help in its development, be it through expertise or donation to various campaigns. Ambassador Murphy says that an opportunity has been formed to engage the diaspora and strengthen the link with Belize.
We are there to support the diaspora throughout the world. We've really been focusing on the U.S. We're taking it one step at a time. But our main goal really is to support the diaspora so that they have a place to go, they have somewhere to call, they have somewhere to get information. And really what we're doing is promoting Belize, putting it on the international stage. We are encouraging philanthropy. We are promoting trade and the economy. We're always looking for new investments. And really what we have learned is that the diaspora is a wealth of information, okay? One of the things I've seen talking to a lot of the people in the diaspora is that they are so smart and educated and talented, you know, and they're so, the potential is there, and nobody has ever really looked at that, right? So now we're starting to tap into that. And so many people out into the diaspora are wanting to come home, wanting to give back, but for the most part, most of them don't know where to go, you know, what to do, who to ask, and so now they have somewhere to go. They know that the unit exists, and they know that we're there to support them and encourage them and include them back home, you know, and that's what really they've been looking for.
The diaspora plays an extremely important role in our country, and on Thursday, Erica Antoinette Castillo-Slayton of Ignite Belize, who is a Belizean living in Atlanta, that is, and an active member of the Belizean diaspora, joined the Ministry of Tourism and Diaspora Relations to secure up to $400,000 worth of paints for Belize from the Global Paint for Charity, Inc. Through Slayton's project, Painting a Brighter Future for Our Children, 4,500 gallons of recycled paint were donated with a pledge to paint schools, government buildings, and homes. The goal of the project is to uplift communities and stimulate innovation through color.
Ms. Slayton had done another donation with us earlier this year, $100,000 in medical supplies and equipment, and the process was so easy for her, having not having to deal with all the logistics, and we took care of that for her, that she was happy to come back to us and say, you know, I have this donation, can you assist? And we were happy to do it. So just being able to assist with that part of the donation, with the logistics, that brought home $500,000 in, you know, in donation. We've been working with Belize Freight. So that's a Belize business that's in the U.S. and they have been extremely generous with their time and with their services, right? And they also, this is how they're giving back to Belize. So they make that process with the logistics easier for us because of what they are willing to do.
The paint was officially handed over by Ronnie Delgarde, CEO of Global Paint for Charity, Inc., to Minister of Tourism and Diaspora Relations, Anthony Mahler. Also present were CEO Nicole Solano, Mayor Robert Mariano of Dangriga, and Director of Tourism Evan Tillett. The Diaspora Relations Unit will oversee the distribution of paint countrywide. Ambassador Murphy is also the chair for the board of directors for Build Belize, Inc., a nonprofit organization whose purpose is to empower and improve the lives of Belizeans through education, health, and service, and to assist the Belizean diaspora in the socio-economic development of the country. Its mission is aligned with the goals of the Diaspora Relations Unit, and Ambassador Murphy breaks down the programs and campaigns.
A general donation program. So basically, we have donors. We have so many people that want to give back, right? But in terms of logistics, they encounter all kinds of problems that they have stopped. So we said, you know what? We're going to assist with that. You tell us what the donation is. Build Belize Inc. will be used. You use Build Belize Inc. as a conduit. We will get the donation home for you so you don't have to deal with that stress of getting the donations home, and we will make sure that the recipient gets the donation. We also have campaigns that we run. Right now we have our Donate to Educate campaign. It's education. There are 3 parts to the campaign, where there's a laptop drive, there's a purchase of preschooler kits, and there's a general education fund. We are pushing for the laptops because, as you know, all our children need laptops. COVID has created, it's been a disaster with education because of COVID. Everybody's been doing online learning. We assist other organizations or other programs that are out there, in whatever way we can support them. So, for example, right now, what we have is we have the Basketball Federation, and we also have Youth and Sports, the Sports Council campaign going. So what we do, what Build Belize Inc. does, is we are the gatekeepers of the donations that come in, right? So we hold the funds. But the campaign is coming from Sports Council or from the Basketball Federation, right? We are there to assist in terms of getting the donations and then handing it over to the appropriate organization.
A donation of laptops will be made by the end of this month to the Ministry of Education. When we return, the police and Coast Guard team up to teach Belize City kids to swim. But first, here is the weather forecast with data from the Belize Met Service.
Better. Over $35,000 in cash and prizes with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Here's how you can enter for a chance to win. Purchase any device, sign up for a smart postpaid, broadband, or VoIP plan, use $50 or more regular prepaid credit, do a SIM swap, or text to the short code. You win 8946. And in the body of the message, enter the number of entries you would like to purchase. Each entry costs only 50 cents.
Don't waste any time. You can be the winner of weekly prizes starting July 1st. All methods give you more chances to win. Airline tickets, overnight stays at numerous resorts, cash prizes, gift certificates, and much, much more. One lucky person will win the grand prize of a $10,000 shopping spree courtesy Court and Smart.
Promotion ends September 16, 2022. So make your summer better by getting in the race to win with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Smart, bringing people together.
When all hope is lost and the days ahead look grim, we find ourselves looking for someone to shake things up, rescue us, and point us in the right direction. What if the one we've been waiting for has been here all along? Join us for our new series, Troublemaker, as we learn about a man who wasn't afraid to stand up for what's right to make this world a better place.
Applying for a Social Security sickness benefit? Here's what you need to know. A complete claims package includes 1. Sickness claim form fully completed by the claimant and medical doctor. 2. Salaries record form completed by the employer or HR representative. 3. Proof of bank account such as bank book, online banking, or statement displaying your name and account number. To submit via email, you need to take a clear photo or scan of the documents and email to claims@socialsecurity.org.bz. Be sure to include your full name, social security number, and benefit type in the subject line of the email. Deadline to submit is 14 days from your first day of illness. All forms are available on the website at www.socialsecurity.org.bz. Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
Go back to school and beyond when you upgrade your smartphone or tablet to a Samsung. The affordable line of high-tech devices are the perfect back-to-school tool that you can fit in the palm of your hands. Whether you're shopping for a starter phone or a high-end device, the Galaxy A series has an option to fit your needs. The awesome lineup includes the A03, A12, A13, A22, A23, A33, and Tab A7 LTE and A7 Lite. So unlock these offers and get your 1-year warranty only when you shop at authorized Samsung resellers countrywide, including Cellular World, Digi, Divari, Odette's Home Center, and Westtrack from July 4th to July 31st.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Garantizamos contener a los pacientes que allí estamos manejando y disminuir riesgos de infecciones para el resto del hospital.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
KTV.
Vote for your favorite KTV contestant by texting the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's number, and send it to smart code 5885. Here are this week's contestants.
A smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never.
Oh, and he don't know that I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped-up four-wheel drive.
They said I bet down
can't believe how much it turns me on just to be your man.
Remember, voting ends on Sunday at midnight. And don't forget to tune in every Tuesday live only on 5.
A U.S. Army surgical team with the United States Southern Command Joint Task Force Bravo, based in Honduras, has been in Belize since the beginning of the week. The team has partnered with Belizean surgeons to provide elective surgery at the Southern Regional Hospital in Dangriga and the Western Regional Hospital in Belmopan for 2 weeks. A News 5 team caught up with them as they were about to complete their rounds in Dangriga. Reporter Dwayne Moody files this report.
The JTF Bravo team from Honduras comprises of military surgeons, operating room nurses, technicians, and an anesthesiologist, and has been working side by side with Belizean counterparts from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. At the Southern Regional Hospital, they have so far carried out 15 general surgeries.
One of our main missions is to provide medical help in Central America and the Caribbean. Also, Joint Task Force Bravo is ready to support any disaster relief in the region. We do primary care missions and also specialty missions in all this Central America. As of right now, we are supporting Belize, and also there's another team in Guatemala. The type of surgery are the ones that most fall within the scope of general surgery, and that's patient with gallbladders, we call it cholecystitis or cholelithiasis, and the procedure is cholecystectomy, which is removal of the gallbladder, and also patients with inguinal hernias, epigastric hernias or umbilical hernias.
Due to the pandemic, elective surgeries were suspended at the hospital. Regional Health Manager Maria Monima says that the support from the medical mission helps to revitalize that service to residents from both Stan Creek and Toledo.
For us, has been a great benefit, a great assistance. Help us to enhance the capacity of the surgeries here in our community, the much needed elective surgeries here. The list that we have due to the COVID pandemic, it was really a long list there. But thank you for this mission, and some of the patients got a great relief with these elective surgeries.
Mayor Robert Mariano says that he's elated about the free services being provided to the residents of Dangriga.
I personally want to say a big thank you to the team who have left all their family and friends, all the way back home and come to the Dangriga, Belize, to give our people this free service. I want to also thank Ms. Monima, who knew this team before she came to Dangriga. And as a result of that, she asked them to come to Dangriga. And so from henceforth, we will start to see this team come into Dangriga.
The mission will head to the Western Regional Hospital early next week to perform surgeries there as well. The collaboration assists with building the capacity of the Belizean healthcare personnel.
Besides the support we provide with supplies, because host nation surgeons are very capable of doing the things. The add-on that we do is we augment their capacity, with supplies and a little more personnel. So, and also we do what's called a subject matter exchange, expert exchange, where, we share, our experiences.
We continue providing the services as much as possible in our capacity. We have a very good team here. We have surgeons here, we have internists, we have different specialties here, and we have the need. And we continue doing elective surgeries, of course. The team also brought some more equipment, and thank you to the U.S. Embassy. All the rest of equipment and materials remain here in the hospital so we can continue doing the surgeries here.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
32 children from 12 neighborhoods in Belize City received certificates after completing 4 days of learning basic swimming techniques. The children ages 5 to 14 gathered each morning at the Princess Hotel pool for 3 hours, except on Thursday when the tropical wave passed. There, 2 Belize Coast Guard officers taught them what they needed to know to be able to swim. It was a joint effort by the Belize Police Department and the Belize Coast Guard. News 5's Marian Ali was there to capture the closing ceremony. Here's that report.
For the past 5 days, these children have been learning how to swim. As simple as it looks, swimming is an ability that one has to master. An ensign, Andrew Moody, and a co-trainer from the Belize Coast Guard spent the week teaching them how to perfect their swimming skills.
What we do, we get them acquainted with the water by first getting their face under the water, and then we do bobs, which is we have them hold their hand for security against the edge of the pool, and then we have them ducking their heads under the pool, blowing out the air, coming up without wiping their face to get used to that water running down their face, and then they take in a breath. After we finish with that, then we go into the basic floating techniques. And then after we get them acquainted with the different floats, then we move into the different glides.
But because these physical techniques that are associated with swimming are strenuous on the body, people with breathing issues may learn at a slower pace.
People with breathing problems, it will pose a challenge, but it's not necessary that they can't learn how to swim. All right, it just will take a slower process and will be a more lengthy process to get them, because first of all, they will have bigger fear.
For safety reasons, children with asthma and other debilitating issues were not part of the program. The participants were selected by officers who make up the Belize Police Department's Community Policing Unit. Amane Gillit and Lyndon Young shared their experiences with us.
I learned lots of things new and it fun.
What was the scariest part for you?
It was scary. First, you take a deep breath, then you breathe in and you hold it, and then you jump. You not jump. You like lay down, and it.
What's the most difficult part in swimming?
Definitely learning to control my breathing and not swallowing water, of course. Yes, I think that's it.
Were you a little bit frightened when you just started?
Definitely. I'm not used to being in such somewhat deep water, but I'm confident that I will be able to handle myself from this day forward.
But the skill of swimming is one that Commander of the Department's Eastern Division, Assistant Commissioner Howell Gillit, pointed out could be a lifesaver in far more serious situations than casual swimming.
I've had an informal meet with the commandant of the Coast Guard, and he has signaled to me that yes, we will go ahead, and we don't want it only for a 1 week, we want it for the future, because like what the MC said a while ago, there'll be disastrous times when swimming will be a necessity. You could save your own life or the life of someone else as a consequence of what you've learned here this week.
Minister of Defense and Border Security Oscar Mira underscored that the ability to swim can also pay off in other areas.
For those kids who would want to join the Belize Coast Guard when they get older, this is one of the things that are required for you to join the Coast Guard. If you want to join the police department, it's also a skill that will help you in doing your work. And if you want to join the Belize Defense Force, it's also a skill that will be needed to join.
While the Coast Guard officers taught the children how to swim, the officers of the Community Policing Unit kept them entertained after their sessions by sharing jokes and feeding them each day. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
Just ahead, a seamstress's high season.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 9 Caribbean Media Awards
for 2021. Best Investigative Report, Best News Item, Best Coverage of People with Disabilities, Best Financial Literacy Journalism, Best Videographer, Best Television Commercial Spot, and the People's Choice Award, with 2 special mentions for Financial Literacy Journalism.
Reusable plastics. Did you know that until we find an alternative for plastic and all its uses, we will continue to need plastics, such as in the health sector? Plastic becomes a huge problem for Belize when it becomes waste and is improperly disposed of. When it is thrown on the side of the road and in our rivers and seas, it's eaten by animals and in turn by people, and it becomes an environmental and health issue. It costs us money for disposal, filling up dumps and landfills, and paying for associated healthcare. So what can you do? Choose to refuse single-use plastics is step 1. Step 2, instead, use the plastics that were meant to be reused, like coffee cups, water bottles, and food containers. We're not talking about buying a $1 bottle of water. I mean, you can, but how long will that last you? Reusable plastics keep plastics out of the environment for a much longer time and are even better than other forms of plastics like biodegradable or even compostable or bio-based plastics. By reusing, you are also saving money since you aren't rebuying the same thing over again. Think about it. How many bottles of water do you buy every week? How much does that cost compared to the cost of a reusable bottle? Imagine what you can do with the extra money. Click on the link below to see what you can do to help end the nightmare of single-use plastics. I'm Alison Castillo, and now you know.
Download the SmartStream app on the Android Play Store and create your account to get access to movies and stream at home or on the go. Prepaid customers can purchase regular data packages or get a discounted rate on a special SmartStream package by dialing 7737. Postpaid customers will be billed monthly. Never miss a movie again with SmartStream.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes, go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
After a rough week of school, Jake and his friends decide to treat themselves to frozen coffee. And since they don't have cash on them, they decide to use eCash. With eCash's geolocation feature, Jake can easily find the nearest coffee spot. With eCash's built-in option to split bills, Jake can pay the bill and his friends can reimburse their portion of the bill. Jake scans the merchant's code and confirms payment. Jake then views his transaction history and taps on the transaction recently made, then taps the Split the Bill button where he selects the Evenly option to evenly split the bill. The application splits the bill automatically. His friends receive and accept the request. Geolocation and splitting the bill via eCash makes Jake enjoy his digital lifestyle.
Off goal, what a goal from Leo Messi! What an incredible strike from Leo Messi! Neymar and Messi is standing over this. Messi! Off goal, what a goal from Leo
Great entertainment stays with you, and we bring you great entertainment. Next Gen, the ultimate digital experience.
The reopening of schools is just a couple weeks away and children are preparing to re-enter the classrooms. School gears and a new set of uniform are just a few things that families and children look forward to at the beginning of a new school year. For some families, the hunt for new uniforms started as soon as the start of summer. Ready-made uniform shops and seamstresses look forward to this time as it's one of the busiest. This week's Bright Side takes a look at the back end of uniform preparation through the story of Mrs. Skeen.
On the Bright Side is brought to you by Uno, a brand committed with the future.
Kathleen Skeen is a seamstress. She's been in the business for over 3 decades. If you ask her, she'd tell you she didn't choose the profession, but rather it chose her. She's busy at work sewing another uniform for a student. She couldn't even tell me the number of uniforms she's sewn so far. That's because Skeen is busy at work in a seamstress's high season.
Right now, due to COVID, it's still not as busy as it would normally be. It's a bit, but not as much. It's very low compared.
How was it before COVID?
Before COVID, it was a disaster.
As her welcome sign indicates, it's a profession with too much fabric and too little time. Some families place their orders months ahead to get the perfect fit of uniforms. Then there are others that come trickling in at the 11th hour.
Well, you find that sometimes a lot of people, they come and they want to come at the last minute. Some would come early, like as school close. Some start to come. I don't want my uniforms late, so I'm here. But a lot of people just wait until sometime the last week. I have people that hasn't come with cloth as yet.
For latecomers, they run the risk of getting only 1 or 2 tailored uniforms to start them off. The perfect fit carries a sense of pride for the students wearing it, as well as the seamstress who tailored it. For Skeen, she can knock up a perfect set in 3 hours, 2 tops. The experience, she says, is generational teaching.
They're like they say in the blood. My sister Heidi was sewing my aunt, my grandmother, several of us. And I have a lot of cousins over the country sewing.
You feel like this is your purpose?
Yes. Because you make people smile when they put on their clothes and they feel good. I used to sew Queen's dresses. I used to sew for Miss Universe in the past when they used to make clothes. I do have a lot of customers. I had much more in the past, but since everything started coming in ready-made clothes, it has depleted quite a bit except for uniforms. I used to do uniforms for BTL, BL, different businesses, but I can't do that anymore. It's too much for my body.
Sewing uniforms is a labor of love that ultimately takes a toll on the body. Skeen is also a part of the disabled community. She's an amputee and member of the Belize Assembly for persons with diverse abilities.
But I have a prosthetic leg that I use. And I remember after the accident, my sister said, "So what are you going to do? Sit at home?" I said, "Look at girls. Say, you have your 2 hands. Come back and work." So I did that, and from then, it's 38 years now. I think we all need to show that we care for people and we want the best for them, and for them to see that we are doing something for ourselves and for the community, that they too can do it. Because many people think that because they have lost a hand or a leg that they can't do anything again. But it's not so. Life goes on and you have to make the best of life.
Making the best of life for this seamstress and amputee is done one apparel at a time. Because of her age, This may be her last year in the business, but we learned that she has other hobbies she looks forward to, like reading. For now, Skeen is hard at work on her last leg of a seamstress's high season. Looking on the bright side, I'm Sabrina Daly.
On the Bright Side was brought to you by Uno, a brand committed with the future.
That's the sound of fuel efficiency. Every day, every time, I choose Uno Fuels powered with Dynamax. Uno, a brand committed with the future.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Annalyn Apollonia. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.